I want to talk about anxiety and a racing mind, and when we're overly using thought, especially using thought to feel good, because that's something that I developed throughout my life. And it is something that I now have a very different relationship with that I find to be much more powerful. So I used to wake up. I mean, there were times when I was in a lot of pain and not really enjoying my life that I would wake up with anxiety and my mind would be racing already from the beginning of the day. And I would start going into my mind and trying to search for something to feel good about. A lot of times that ended up turning to some type of something I enjoyed more, or some type of distraction, right? But I wasn't really dealing with the core issue. But I really want to talk about this relationship we have with the mind and using the mind to try and feel good about ourselves or figure out what to do next or what to put our attention on next or whatever. Instead, if we learn to sit with our body and feel what we're feeling in the body, and we get used to understanding our energy, we get used to feeling into uncomfortable things and how to sort of move through them just by sort of accepting them, loving them, breathing into them, listening to them if there's anything that needs to come up and be addressed. And we start to learn how to feel better in our body and how to feel more present with ourselves. Now, from this awareness, if you take the time to really feel into the well-being in you when you're able to get into a good state of mind, a good state of being, start to feel into the goodness in you, the good feeling, the well-being, and try to rest into it, relax into it as much as you can. And what you'll start to find is that when you sit in a good feeling for a little while, eventually a good thought or idea will come from the good feeling. So instead of the thoughts, us thinking the thoughts are creating the negative state of being in the body, instead think about it as the negative, the feeling that you haven't healed in the body that's uncomfortable is grabbing and pulling in that thought. Meanwhile, if you're able to just focus on the feeling and not care about the thoughts and breathe through the feeling and relax into the feeling and calm your nervous system and calm the body down and get into another relaxed state of being, and you start to feel better and you have patience in that, then watch as a pleasant thought or idea that aligns with your new state of being will come in. It's a complete shift in the order of it, because I think sometimes, especially when we're in anxiety, we're in fear, we're in worry, we're in pain, we start to feel attacked by our thoughts in our mind because it seems so harsh and not very pleasant. And sometimes we think that our mind is like an enemy that is making us feel worse. But the mind is really just a reflection of what's going on in the body that we haven't given the proper attention and love to. But when we do that, now we can start to see that our state of being is what will then draw in pleasant thoughts and ideas and experiences, things to do. And that is how we say Your doing can come from being. When you learn how to just be and feel good in your body, your doing will naturally become a byproduct of feeling good, rather than you not feeling good and then you trying to do something to change the way you feel. It's a complete reversal of that. It is completely different. It's the exact opposite. Instead of doing to try and make yourself feel better, you surrender and feel good in your surrender, and then doing something that feels good will come from that. And this is a trust that we can build with Source, because that is coming directly from Source. When you are in a state of well-being, you are with Source, and then Source will provide, because you're actually able to receive it from there.